Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Chtib Zhang Show, episode 32. Today's episode, Eric, if you're a UFC fan, then you're gonna love this episode because we are gonna spend the whole episode talking about UFC 265. There was a lot of good fights, and so we're gonna break down what we thought about the fights. And turn your phone off. That's so goddamn disrespectful during a show. Anyway, we are gonna talk about the fights and just give our thoughts and what's next. But first, as always, this episode is brought to you by Hot Streak Fantasy, the best in-play fantasy app on the market. Pick 2 to 3 players in the NBA while you're watching your favorite teams and watch them make you some money. Hot Streak is matching your initial deposit as a bonus, so make sure to get Hot Streak Fantasy app now. And make sure to use code HOTSAUCE when using it so they can match your initial deposit. MLB NFL coming to the app, so make sure to download it and get going on that. But as always, before we get into the episode, roll it! Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Chtib Zhang Show. Like we said, episode, what did I say, 31, 32? 32, I think. 32. Did I say episode 31, maybe? Maybe I did. Episode 32 of the Chtib Zhang Show. Like we said before, this episode will be UFC jam-packed, specifically UFC 265, which took place, what, Sunday was it? Saturday? Saturday. It's always Saturday. Yeah. Always on Saturday. It was a Saturday night. There were a lot of good fights. The main event of the night was Derek Lewis, a heavyweight bout of Derek Lewis versus, was it Cyril? Cyril Gane, the Frenchman. Ranked number 2 versus ranked number 3. But let's not get into them right away. They're the main event, of course. So we have to talk about the undercards first. Eric, there are a lot of good undercards.
Yep.
The two I wanted to talk about was Michael Chiesa and Vicente Luque, which was a welterweight bout. I think Chiesa, that's his name, right? Chiesa.
Yeah, Michael Chiesa.
He was 5th. I believe rank going into this. Vicente Luque was what, 8th maybe or 6th? Yeah, so he was 6th. These two fought. Vicente Luque came out to win through submission in the first round. Eric.
Yeah.
I mean, we were there. We watched it together.
Yeah.
Our first UFC watch party together.
Mm-hmm, exactly.
And the round started and there was some jabs thrown and stuff like that, but then again it went to the ground game where it seemed like Michael Chiesa had a good guillotine lock on Vicente Luque, but he was able to slip loose or something went loose with Michael Chiesa, and Vicente Luque reversed Uno'd the card back on Michael Chiesa and hit him with the guillotine, and then actually succeeded with the submission and got the tap out. I think in the Octagon review, Luque was talking about how good he was defending the back. He's pretty good at defending the chokehold from the back. Yeah. So Eric, 5th at 6 now. Vicente Luque with a serious shot at the title versus Kamaru Usman. You saw him not call him out, but basically saying, like, let's get it going. Yeah. Eric, the UFC expert, of course, give me your thoughts on the fight, what you thought about. You know these two gentlemen pretty well, more than I did. So what happened, what went wrong, stuff like that. What's next?
So yeah, bro, a really good fight. But even going before the fight, it's 5th and 6th. Chiesa was on a 4-fight win streak. Vicente Luque was on a 3-fight win streak. And Vicente Luque, he just knocked out Tyron Woodley. Woodley went on. You know what's happening with the Jake Paul. But, like, Luque basically retired.
Is that what happened?
Yeah. So
that's the last time he... Oh, no, that's not his last fight, though, Chiesa.
No, this is Vincent Luque. Luque, in the first round, knocked out... submitted Tyron Woodley in the first round. And that was the last time Tyron Woodley fought in the UFC.
Yep.
So Vincent Luque, he's on a 3-fight win streak. Coming into this fight, the odds were split exactly even. So no one really knew who was gonna fight. I'm not gonna lie. I had a feeling Vicente Luque was gonna win.
Yeah.
Just because, like, Luque striking wise is way better than Chiesa, but Chiesa has a ground game, right? But it's like Chiesa, he's a very light welterweight, where he used to fight at lightweight. But now, like, he went up, because it's hard with the weight cuts and stuff. Because if you think about it, like, 155 is really hard to make. Like even like we're basically around the 170 something range, but like
Yeah.
imagine like they're way stronger than us. Imagine having all that
Oh
muscle and
yeah.
having to cut down to like 155, 170.
Are
So
you
like
kidding me? Stronger than us. No shit, they're stronger than us. The guys are ripped.
okay, but that's what I'm
155.
saying. Like they're at 170. So Chiesa is a light 170. Like he's like Conor, where like Conor too. When he fights at
Yep.
170, he only has to cut like 5 pounds around. So Vincent Luque in this fight goes because Luque he's a jiu-jitsu guy. He's Brazilian. He's a jiu-jitsu guy. He
Yep.
practiced with Gilbert Burns. So if it was on the ground, Chiesa had the advantage, as we saw in the first few minutes. At first, they're just like looking at each other, the jabs. We're like, okay, this is a little slow. Like,
Mm-hmm.
come on, get some action going. But that's normal, right? Because Luque is a striker, so Chiesa's just watching out. And then it gets to the ground, and Chiesa 2 times tries to go for that guillotine headlock
Guillotine.
thing. So twice he tried to go for it, okay? And then even Luque said himself, he's like, I want to get back on the feet, but I saw it. I think it's called like a Darth choke or something. And he saw it, and he just went for it. And he had him really good, and that ended the fight. And Luque even said, Chiesa probably like he was 80%. Yeah, there you go. He was 80%. You do your research here. You go.
Yeah.
He was 80% there. So, like, yo, like that could have been close.
I thought it was. I don't know. It looked like he had a good choke on it, or a good grip on it. But then something is slipped, or Luque did something to defend, but he got out of it, and then like you said, got the Darth choke, if that's how it's pronounced.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Especially in the first round, it's like the only way you can get a submission is if you get it right under the neck. Like if you get it. So I don't know if you remember, but Conor against Khabib didn't even have Conor in a headlock. It was he had it like around his and he was like pushing on his spine. And he was like turning his neck, which is what was hurting him.
Okay.
So in this fight, like Chiesa had a couple, but it was in the first round. So like Luque could kind of get there, and it wasn't really under the neck, and it kept slipping kind of. But this one, the third time, Vincent Luque had him, and then we were even calling like, oh my god, it's over, it's over.
Yeah,
he got the submission because he had it long. Once
he was fighting, Chiesa was fighting that. You could see like. I thought he was gonna tap, but like he was kind of just like fighting it, trying to get loose, but then eventually it was too much.
Especially Chiesa is a ground guy too, so it's maybe not that surprising because I did see a bunch of posts where I saw a post, I don't know how, but someone predicted that Luque was gonna win by submission because I guess Chiesa has a history of losing against strikers to submission.
To submission, really?
So I think it's because sometimes Chiesa might get too confident. Yeah, too confident. Like, oh my god, you're really going for that on me? Because Chiesa is a ground guy. That's what he's known for. But it's crazy, 4-fight win streaks. But Chiesa, it was a very good opponent. There was even talks about Kamaru fighting Chiesa at one point for the belt, but that fell through.
Mm-hmm.
But Chiesa, man, like I wouldn't see that as a huge loss because Luque is like he's rising up the ranks quickly, so it wasn't like a terrible loss for him. Because
no, he only dropped to what? Would he drop to 8th or something like that in the rankings? I was checking. Luque's 5th now.
Okay.
I think Chiesa's like 8th. He dropped.
Oh yeah.
Or something like that. Or I think I could. I mean, I could Google it. I just recently checked it.
Because the thing is, Chiesa was 4-0 in the welterweight. When he was in the lightweight, I think he had a bit more losses in the lightweight. Yeah. But in welterweight, he was 4-0. So this is his first loss in welterweight. And even before lightweight, like Chiesa is that guy. When
I can confirm he is number 8th now. He dropped 3 spots.
That's pretty brutal. But because he was on a 4-fight win streak, so
Stephen Thompson, Jorge Masvidal, Luque, Edwards, Burns, and whatever.
There you go. That's fine. But because Chiesa's the guy, you remember when Conor threw the trolley at Khabib? Chiesa's the one that got hit. Chiesa was supposed to. So what happened? Yeah, Chiesa was supposed to fight that night, or that card. He started bleeding because of the trolley. He just got, I guess it was the He got cut, and after that, Khabib was supposed to fight Max Holloway. Max Holloway couldn't make weight, and Chiesa. If Chiesa was healthy, he probably could have fought Khabib for the lightweight title that night, like that weekend. So to this day, Chiesa hates Conor for that, because Conor literally like ruined this man's life. And because imagine being able to fight for the belt, but like just because someone decided to do some stupid idiot thing, you can't. So, but like now at welterweight, I find Chiesa kind of found a bit more of his groove. He doesn't have to cut as much weight. So, but Luque, he's a beast, man. Like him and Gilbert Burns, two Brazilians, they're really good teammates. They're running this division right now. What, they're fifth, and I think Gilbert Burns second right now.
Third. Colby Covington second. But well, I mean, Colby Covington is I guess number one. And
that's why. That's how I see it,
Then Gilbert Burns is 2. Yeah,
exactly. So and then Vinci Luque at 5, who's on a 4-fight win streak right now, which is really impressive. And I believe
4 technically.
I think Vicente Luque is like I think he's only ever he's lost one fight, and it was to Stephen Thompson.
No, he is 14-3 in the UFC.
Yeah, no, but in the UFC.
In the UFC, he's 14-3.
Or MMA is
no, overall he's 21-7.
Okay. So
21-7-1. Wait.
Okay. Yeah, that's probably a no contest.
No contest. Yeah, so he's 14-3 in the UFC.
Okay. I'm not sure, but I did see somewhere he was like 11 out of 12 in his last, or like.
Yeah, maybe
his last fight, but something like that. And like the only recent fight he lost was Stephen Thompson, who's a really good fighter too. But man, I'm telling you, Vincent Luque, it's close because there's him that wants to fight for the belt soon, and then you have Gilbert Burns, and Colby Covington's fighting for the belt like very soon at UFC 268.
And Leon Edwards, what's he doing?
Leon Edwards too, he wants to fight because like he thinks so.
It's a good division, the welterweight.
Yeah, it's a very good division.
I mean, what's going on with Stephen Thompson? Injured?
So no, but he just lost to Gilbert Burns.
Oh yeah, he's never won the belt, eh?
No, so he a couple of times he fought for the belt. He lost to Tyron Woodley for the belt. It was a really good fight. He lost.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was kind of brutal, but I think he might have did he draw one and then lose the next one? It's something like
that. Who the hell did Usman lose to? Who is that one guy? He's 19-1 and he's 14-0.
No, but okay, but it wasn't in UFC.
No, I know it wasn't.
It was in the MMA, and he got choked out.
Imagine being that guy right now.
He got put in a headlock.
Imagine being that guy who's like, I've been the only one to beat Kamaru Usman. Definitely a different Kamaru Usman.
And he's 14-0, and Kamaru's been a really good champion. He like
man, he knocked the shit out of Jorge Masvidal. Let me tell you.
Everyone's like, oh, he's a boring fighter, but like if you think about it, a lot of his fights, like, because he's a wrestler, but like he knocked out Jorge Masvidal.
He's a wrestler.
Yeah, he's a wrestler. Oh yeah,
he's a wrestler. But this guy can knock people out in the one punch.
Yo, Kamaru, other than Khabib, like now Khabib's gone. Kamaru's probably the best wrestler in the UFC.
What?
Him and Colby Covington, yeah. So
Kamaru's still knock people out standing up.
So look, he knocked out Jorge Masvidal, knocked out Gilbert Burns. Before that, Jorge Masvidal he won 50-45, and then he knocked out Colby Covington. Like this man, he's a real deal. Like,
well, yeah, the guy's undefeated right now. I was watching this guy on the Ultimate Fighter season, and
I was about to say, like, you're watching the Ultimate Fighter. Kamaru, he won the Ultimate Fighter. He's been 14-0, which is so. In the welterweight, a lot of time it was literally just GSP. George St. Pierre ruled the welterweight division. Yeah. Before that was Matt Hughes a bit, and then when GSP left, it was like Tyron Woodley was kind of there. He lasted like 3-4 years, and then Kamaru's just running the division. Right, he's overlapping some of these fighters.
Yeah, the game's changing, Eric. Look at some of these divisions. Look at some of the top 6 people in there.
Bro. And like what I like about the UFC now is, like, you don't really see this with boxing, but UFC, they're trying to make names for every division. Like, there's a good amount of fighters that a lot of non-UFC fans are going to start knowing, just because of how the UFC works, where it's like it's getting more mainstream, and it's so like if you're just a random person, like this is the most entertaining thing. Like seeing 2 men or women go at it and just fight, and like
it's anything you could ask for.
It's
God.
Which is crazy. And like we play UFC, right? UFC 4. We're playing like these fighters, like in real life, they're throwing more punches than we are in the video game sometimes.
Yeah, maybe, connecting. Let me tell you, that's the truth. The amount of times I can't freaking connect a punch on UFC 4.
Literally.
Oh, but yeah. Let me tell you, there's nothing better than getting fucked up and watching two guys go at it and kill each other.
I know.
That could be like that could make a week. That could make your
it's so
mind like.
entertaining.
I was thinking some of these fights, like totally off topic.
Yeah.
But I was watching Andy Ruiz and Anthony Joshua
Okay.
when Ruiz won.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, like just imagine being a Ruiz diehard fan. Imagine being a born Mexican fighter, or not born Mexican, but a born Mexican. Like you don't even have to be Mexican as long as you're a diehard. I'm just saying most of his diehard fans, I would assume, are from Mexico. But just if you're a diehard fan and you're fucked up one night and you're watching that fight, like that storybook ending.
Probably bet on the fight. You're probably betting on every fight. Yeah.
You're probably just gonna like, this is the best night of my life. So
like people don't understand. Like that was one of the craziest upsets. Like it's like Buster Douglas, a fighter for boxing or UFC?
No, UFC. Your guy. Who's your guy?
I have a lot of guys.
No, but you need a guy. Who's your favorite guy? Who's the one guy you'd want succeed the most? Like that's your guy.
The most.
That's your guy. You want the best for him in the UFC.
You cut Dustin off for me.
No, I didn't cut him off. Is Dustin your guy or what?
I'm not gonna say Islam. Let's be honest.
Islam is your guy now. I know. You have been on it, and that's good that he's
been my guy, even when he was unranked. And I'm not okay. I'll be honest. This is how I got into UFC. I was at a hotel, and I threw on like I think I was watching like you're in the apartment. You're at a hotel and like you're just like watching whatever on TV.
Yeah.
And I see it was a fight night, and it was Paulo Costa was fighting, and he fought Uriah Hall. And Paulo Costa demolished Uriah Hall. This was like something in like 2018, 2017. Destroyed him, and I was hooked on it. I saw this guy. I'm like, how's this guy 185? Like this guy, but he fought like
Costa's your fighter or what?
No, but he's the one that got me into UFC. And this guy was barely ranked. But he was unranked, and I was like, oh my god, this is a crazy. There's no way this guy's not gonna become champ. Like he's a beast. And then he beat Yoel Romero, like. And then he got fucked up by Israel Adesanya.
Yeah.
And now, but he's still up there. But like, now I don't really like him the way he like. Because after the Israel fight, he was like, "Oh yeah, like I couldn't sleep that night, so I drank a bunch of wine." But like it's not like just figure it out. Like you can't make excuses. Like
yeah, well, I mean, Costa's not your guy, so whatever.
No, yeah, but like
talk about this guy.
Like, but obviously, like when you're watching the UFC and like you started watching UFC because of one person, you'd like that guy to do good.
The storytelling.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's like Dana White's a fucking author. He's got the pen, He just couldn't have written it perfectly, man. Couldn't have written it perfectly.
But yeah, if we go back to the Kamaru Usman thing, like Kamaru Usman 14-0, like, but the only thing, like, it's not something wrong with the division, but it's because Kamaru Usman, he fights like he fights too much. I'm gonna be honest, like for a champion. But there's nothing wrong with it. It's just all these
kills
fighters.
The hype?
No, it's because a lot of these fighters are just like they don't want to fight because they're like, oh, Kamaru Usman's gonna
fight.
Who's he gonna fight with? He's not fighting Israel.
Fight middleweight. Let's make it happen. Kamaru Usman versus Israel.
Because Kamaru said he's only gonna go up to 185 only if Israel's not champ anymore. Because he doesn't want to fight Israel.
Why?
Which is pretty fair. Because they're boys. They're both Nigerian. Like they're
boys.
They're really good friends.
Yeah, are they? Damn.
And something that happened was, Gilbert Burns and Kamaru before they're really good friends, and then Gilbert Burns was like, they're teammates. They're at the same with the same trainer and everything. But he's like, okay, I want to fight for the belt. So then Kamaru left. So that's what happened. And then now they don't really have beef, but they're not as tight as before. And people kind of see that as snake, but like it's not. If you're with a teammate and then he like and you want to get the belt, like you're not gonna be like, oh, I don't want to get the belt because you're like.
Well, listen, we're gonna talk about it, but Cyril Gane is gonna fight off against a former teammate.
But it's different because Cyril and Francis split up before the fight. Right before the fight was like Kamaru and Gilbert were still teammates, and then because they were gonna fight, they split up. Francis and Cyril was different. They split up before. But yeah, so Kamaru, like everyone's just waiting. Like Leon Edwards, like, oh, I'm just gonna wait for him, and then Gilbert Burns, like obviously Gilbert Burns fighting, but like Leon's like, oh, I'm just gonna wait. Kobe, he lost to Kamaru, and then now all he had to do was win one fight, and now he's back to fighting Kamaru. Like, it's just Kamaru's overlapping.
Let's be honest. Jorge was done after Kamaru. Like it was done. He was never gonna. He probably wasn't gonna get a title shot for a while. Stephen Thompson like lost to Gilbert Burns, so that means Gilbert Burns gets priority over him.
Mm-hmm.
Michael
Mhm.
Chiesa just lost. So now Vicente Luque, Leon Edwards, and Gilbert Burns are the next trio that should be able to fight Kamaru.
Exactly. And Gilbert Burns is his third fight this. No, I mean Kamaru Usman is his third fight this year. You know what crazy that is? 3 fights in 1 year for a champ. Because what happened with Masvidal? Masvidal lost, got fucked up by Jorge Masvidal, 50-45. He didn't fight a single fight. Okay, didn't fight a single fight, and because Kamaru Usman's overlapping these people, he gets another fight right away. Didn't even do anything, just because he's a big name and like he got the fight, which is kind of ridiculous because you have like all the like you have Stephen Thompson who was before losing to Gilbert Burns was winning and doing really well, and he didn't get the fight. Like, and Kobe Covington, all he did was fight once, so it's like obviously it's nice to see Kamaru fight, but like Leon Edwards, he beat Nate Diaz, which was like, okay, like Nate Diaz is a big name, but it wasn't a tough fight. Before that, got a no contest because he poked someone in the eye. So it's like, that's Leon Edwards' last 2 fights, and he gets a title shot now just because Kamaru's running through these people. Like, that's only
that's what happens. That's because of Kamaru. Your point is right. He fights too much and too many people, and that puts like a waiting list.
Exactly.
On the like, yeah. I mean, he could just wait and then, find that true interim champion.
Yeah.
But, listen, if he's that confident, he wants to prove he's the best welterweight, whatever, to ever do it. And he's one of those guys that are like, I'll fight, I'll keep fighting, I don't care, I'll fight, I'll fucking fight till I believe.
He's starting to get old. He said it himself. He's starting to get old, so like he wants to get these fights out of the way now. And bro, if you look at the list, he beat Leon Edwards.
He's beating Leon. He's beating Colby. He's beating Gilbert.
He beat Gilbert Burns. He beat Jorge Masvidal.
Vicente Luque is the next one. He's the only one he hasn't played or fought. So.
And then Stephen Thompson, he didn't fight yet, but Stephen Thompson just lost. Chiesa just lost. So it's only Vicente Luque. But
he'll be back though.
In my opinion, I want to see Vicente Luque maybe fight one more fight. I know he's fought good opponents. Maybe one more fight. Gilbert Burns one more. Gilbert Burns, like, it doesn't, like, because he just lost like one fight ago. So
wait, Jorge fought Kamaru Usman twice and lost already, right? Back to back.
Yeah.
Anyway,
yeah, back to back. That's what I was saying. And then so it's all about what happens with the Kobe and Kamaru fight, because the first fight, this was an amazing fight. Went to the fifth round. Everyone had it tied after 4 rounds.
Yeah,
it gave each other and then Kamaru goes. Hits Kobe because he broke Kobe's. Yeah, he broke Kobe's jaw.
Hello.
Yeah, he broke it, and then Kobe was on the ground. It was a little, maybe an early stoppage. I'm gonna be honest. Maybe a bit early, but Kamaru did beat Kobe. Like it's pretty united. Like he beat Kobe, but it was a really close fight because what happened was Kamaru couldn't use his wrestling because Kobe's maybe not like as good. Like really, their wrestling is it's literally equal. So they're not gonna wrestle, and they're just going at it. And
this time he has to wrestle. This time Colby Covington has to wrestle.
I don't think so, man.
Dude, I don't know. I don't know if you could stand. Listen, if I were to give it,
I don't think
they didn't fight last time. But they didn't wrestle at all in the first bout.
Yeah, I know.
It's all like and then he got his shit rocked, Colby Covington, and there was it was fisticuffs. But maybe this time you got to switch the pace. Try going to the ground, maybe. And maybe that's something Kamaru expects, sure. But I think that's what his camp's telling Colby, or Colby's camp's telling him.
But this fight's going to be really good for the UFC because Kamaru's become a star for this organization. Colby, he's doing his trash talking. He's going to get the paper because it's like Colby, he's just trash talking. Like Kamaru's like this champ and like, bro, it's gonna be I'm so excited for the fight. It's gonna be so good for the UFC. Dana White's gonna be so this is a major fight for the UFC.
Major fight right now.
Very major.
So we'll see. Once that happens, if Kamaru stays champion, then looks like Vicente Luque will have the next bout for the title.
Yeah.
If Colby Covington somehow snatches it, well, I guess Vicente Luque, does he still fight Kamaru? Does he get the title after? Who knows? Probably goes straight to Colby Covington. I don't know.
If Colby Covington gets
wins, that'd be crazy.
Bro, it's literally like...
That'd be crazy.
Like, he still has it. I'm going to be honest, like, out of everyone, like, Colby Covington has the best chance of beating Kamaru. Like, because he's that good, Colby Covington, let's be honest.
Yeah.
But Yo, if he wins, man,
Listen,
yo, the world's gonna get flipped.
the only title fights I paid really attention to. The last one there was an actual title on the line was
Yeah,
the heavyweight Stipe versus
yeah,
Francis.
yeah,
That was the last one really where there was a title fight where since I've been following.
yeah.
I gotta get these I gotta get them under my belt. These title fights.
Exactly, bro. The title fights are the best, and
I want a super fight, Eric. A super fight right now in the next year. I swear to God, I'm a new fan. I want it now.
I know, bro.
I'm a new fan. I want super fights all day.
Because the thing with UFC, they only fight once a month, so it's like
I know.
It's
They gotta hype
hard
up
for
a
these
super fight.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
What was the last super fight again? You told me, I think, numerous times.
What, Israel against
When
Yan?
someone no.
Yeah,
Is that what it was?
Yeah, Israel against, but it wasn't that big because Yan wasn't that big. There was no fans in the building, so it wasn't as
Wait,
hype.
Israel who?
Adesanya.
Versus Peter Yan?
No, Yan Blachowicz.
Oh, Yan Blachowicz. Yeah. But that was light heavyweight, right?
Yeah,
He won light heavyweight. Oh no, he lost. He lost light heavyweight.
Yeah, he lost.
Yeah. No, I remember that. Yeah. No, I saw clips of that. I didn't watch it, but yeah.
Like it happens often where whoever goes up will win.
I want to watch it, man. I need to see one. Because then what do they do?
Like Conor started that. Like Conor started the super fights where he went up and then he won, and it was like some crazy thing. He got the double belt.
And he stayed in lightweight. What do you do again?
No,
he went back. That's what mostly happens.
He never defended a single title. That's why he never.
Oh, he never defended a title.
He's never defended his belt and any belts ever.
Wow.
So yeah.
But yeah. Anyway. Yeah, and then you have that choice if you want to stay in that division or go back down to your own. Usually they tend to go back down to their own because that's a whole new training regimen to stay at that weight. So, yeah, I'm just a new fan. I want all.
I know. It's amazing. Action. It's crazy. Yeah.
But so that was that fight. Chase Saluke, good welterweight talk there. But now we move up to the fight before the main event, which was Jose Aldo and Pedro Munoz. Two Brazilian friends. They know each other very well.
Yeah, we saw that during the fight.
Yep, we saw that during the fight. And this was in bantamweight.
Yeah.
And so this was Aldo. What rank were they again?
5th, Aldo, I think 5th or 6th, and Munoz was 9th.
And Munoz was 9th. So now I have this division up. So yes, this is the division as Sterling is the champion, Peter Yan's in it, TJ Dillashaw.
Before you say Sterling the champ, let's put the quotations quick.
Why? Tell me that story.
Do you remember when I told you
this
like
the illegal?
Yeah, the illegal. So
what's an illegal? Was it illegal knee? How's it illegal?
Yeah.
I thought they fuck anything rolls in the UFC.
No. So if you have both hands on the ground and like your knees on the ground,
okay.
Your opponent cannot grab you and knee you right in the head. That's illegal.
Okay.
If you have a ground opponent, you can't knee them in the head.
Wait a second. So he got kneed in the head, Sterling.
He got knee in the head, and he had his whole by Petr Yan, who's a beast, and Petr Yan was winning the entire fight.
Yeah.
Petr Yan was the champ. He was gonna win.
Yeah.
Sterling goes, but at first you're like,
And wait a second. No, at first, yeah, whatever. These two haven't fought since.
No one has fought, and they're gonna fight soon. They're gonna.
Oh my god,
soon.
yeah, last 3. Yeah, but I feel like that was months, or how long ago did that happen? That illegal
2-3 months ago.
Really? Only?
And no, longer, like 4 or 5 months ago. Yeah. Now I think it's Amanda Nunes. I feel like it
was when you last told me that was like months.
Oh yeah, now I think about it. Yeah, it was like February. I think it was February.
Okay, so it still makes sense. Yeah, why they haven't fought.
And that's why people don't really, because what happened was. Sterling, he's like, I have a concussion from it, right? So he's milking this title.
The title as long as
he's milking it. Like, bro, this guy doesn't deserve the belt. Everyone, he's the biggest joke in the UFC right now, Sterling. Because
what's he supposed to do? Yeah, I know he's milking it, but what's he supposed to do? He's disqualified, Petr Yan.
Yeah, but it's just
how do you say his first name?
Petr.
Petr? It's not
so
Peter?
No, like people call him Peter, but like
Peter sounds like Petr. He's Russian, whatever.
Bro, I'm a UFC fan. I gotta call him Petr. Yeah.
Petr. So, what was I saying? But what's he supposed to do, Sterling? Why are what's he supposed to do? Leave it vacant?
No, because at first, like people saw it and they're like, okay, he got disqualified, clean disqualification, but they just saw Sterling. Like at first, he was like, I don't deserve it, and then after he started doing a bunch of media, like carrying the belt around, like he won it, and people hated that. Yeah. They hated it, and then Sterling, he fell into the trap. He started talking shit. He's like, and he started clowning Petr Yan for like, and then everyone's like, "Yo, bro, you're just like you don't even deserve the belt." And then now everyone wants to see Aljamain Sterling get destroyed. And
they are. That's coming up. That's we just looked it up. UFC 268, 267. One of
it's
those.
very soon. And it's like, okay, you got knee in the head, you have a concussion, and like I think he's gonna be he was out for like 8 months. Like his next fight only 8 months between.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, he's like, oh, I have a concussion, but like you see these fighters that get destroyed and they're right back into the ring, like oh my god. But no, you have Aljamain Sterling gets knee in the head, concussion. So people hate Sterling. Like, you don't understand how, like
I don't.
You look at the comment section, any post with like bantamweight or like Sterling's in it, he will get clowned every single time. Like people hate him. Okay, but go on with it.
Okay, I just scrolled down.
Yeah.
And Sean O'Malley's in this.
Yeah.
Why is this guy's 6-1? How is he having only 7 fights under
in the UFC? In the UFC, this is your UFC.
Yeah, I know he's 6-1 though, but like, why is he not getting more fights? 6-1's pretty good, no?
What do you mean more fights? Because
he's ranked 15th.
Yeah, well, because what happened was, he lost a fight. Well, people don't really. He always say that he's
6-1. Really, I feel like he's been in the UFC for.
No, but he's
long.
gonna say that he's undefeated, right? Because what happened was, he got like a nerve thing, like where he got hit on the nerve, and it paralyzed his foot, his leg, and he couldn't move his leg, and then he got fucked up. But he sees it as like a fluke, and he doesn't see it as a loss. But it's because he doesn't fight these big fighters. He hasn't really fight anyone that's ranked.
That's why.
And like, if you look, the guy he just fought,
I was about to say,
it was Coutinho who barely, like, he fucked him up, but like he's not fighting any of these ranked fighters. Now he's number 15, but he's a big name, man.
So why is he not getting these freaking big ones, dude? He's 15th.
Yeah, no.
But look, I don't even know who these guys. Dominic Cruz, like,
you don't know Dominic Cruz. He's one of the greatest bantamweights. He's probably the greatest bantamweight of all time. You gotta know Dominic Cruz.
I'm so confused. This guy's only 6-2.
Who?
Dominic Cruz.
Is he 6-2?
In the UFC, how the hell do you get that? The greatest. Okay, well,
a lot of them were like title fights. I think all of them were almost all of them were title fights.
Oh yeah. Let's see. He last fought Casey Kenny, and then lost to Henry Cejudo.
Who's one of them who's really good.
And Cody
Garbrandt, yeah.
Garbrandt.
But before that, he won. He won everything. So he won 5 title fights. So and he was also in a league. I think it was called WE, because bantamweight wasn't a division at first, because 135 is like too small. And he was fighting in like the I forgot what it's called. WEC. WEC. Some fight. And
it's I forget what it is. WFC or well, it might be the WFC. World Fighting Competition. Like,
but he was in there and he was a champ there for a long time. So I feel like it kind of like they added up, and because bantamweight hasn't been there for that long, and he was the champ for most of that ride. So that's why people see him as like the greatest bantamweight.
Oh my god, there's so many names here.
What are you looking at?
No, these guys are done. Never mind.
What are you looking at?
I'm trying to think of names I recognize.
Like, you probably know. Are you in bantamweight right now?
Yeah, I'm not gonna recognize anyone.
So you know TJ Dillashaw?
Yeah, TJ Dillashaw. Yeah, of course.
TJ Dillashaw. He just beat Cody Sandhagen.
Yeah.
Pretty close, very close fight. So both of them, they're gonna be up. Like, they're gonna fight for the title soon. They're really good. Cody Garbrandt, he left. He's down to 125 now. He just got fucked up. Rob Font fucked him up. Rob Font's gonna be up there.
He's down to 125.
Yeah.
Flyweight. What the hell is the flyweight?
It's 125. It's
flyweight.
They're
How are you 125? How could you be 125 as a grown man? That makes no sense.
I'm gonna be honest. They're all like 5'6", 5'4".
Brandon Moreno.
Yeah, he's a champ. He's a Mexican champ, and like he's a beloved. He's good for the UFC because he's beloved by people. Like, everyone loves him.
Jones. I don't know who these people are, and I never want to talk about the flyweight again, Eric. I don't care if it's a title shot.
Disrespect the 125 division.
I can disrespect whoever I want. I'm a new fan. I don't have anything. They don't mean shit to me, these people.
Because what happened for the flyweight
on the next people, the new people coming up.
Because what happened was a guy called Demetrius Johnson, Mighty Mouse. I think he defended the belt there like for 10 fights, like for like 10 years. He didn't lose a fight there, and he was a champ there. So no one else could beat him, and like there wasn't any. It was just him, and like it just didn't create. Like if you just have one champ, it doesn't create enough. Like I don't know. It's like it's weird.
Anyway, we're getting. It's great to
Let's
talk
go
about
back.
the UFC.
Yeah,
So let's talk about
up.
Aldo, Pedro Munoz.
Yeah, we didn't even talk about that. Yeah.
They haven't talked. So Aldo wins this. Was it? It was his decision. I remember. Yeah.
Yeah.
Went to decision, and Jose Aldo pretty much dominated the whole fight, Eric.
Yeah.
Yeah. There wasn't. I mean, yeah, he had the strike. He looked like he had the pace, and didn't seem like Pedro Munoz really did anything. So I don't know.
He had those spinning heel kicks, so that he tried to. If you hit one of those. But Jose Aldo looked good, man. Like,
he did.
He was moving quick.
He did look good.
He barely got hit. Like he was hitting because Jose Aldo is the leg guy, so he always kicks the leg, and his leg kicks are hard. But this fight, I don't know if you saw, like that his jab was good. He had a good jab where like it hit really strong, really hard, and he's quick. 135, he's looking good. Because like even at 145, it was hard for him to cut weight. At 135, it's even harder, and he's even older now. But like it's very impressive that he's able to do that. And Jose Aldo is an absolute legend of the game. And man, if you can go back up and win a title at 135, that would be amazing.
Amazing. Hey, that's what I'm saying.
Because when we were watching the fight, you see the crowd was cheering for him the entire time.
He's a fan favorite.
Yeah, he's a fan favorite. And was it you that when we were watching the fight, you were like, yo, why they keep like showing respect? Was that someone's like, yo, just like fight each other?
Someone was like, just fucking kill each other.
Just fucking kill each other. Stop showing someone. I think it was Nick.
It was like Nick or something. They're like, it's like, why are they dabbing? Like, why are they hitting? Like, they're showing too much respect mid rounds. And I was like, no, but like, there's always the first round, like, let's tap blows. But after that, like, you think fucking Mike Tyson? Honestly, I could be stereotypical.
Okay, fair.
No. I'm gonna say something that like I've no research, nothing. But has Mike Tyson ever tapped someone twice like that during boxing?
Usually at the beginning of the round, you do tap.
That's when you do the tap. But you don't do it every goddamn start. I know they're friends. They're both Brazilian. I get it. It makes sense for them. I just never want to see that.
Jose Aldo is one of the most respectful fighters, like respected fighters. And and the thing is, people are trying to make. So when Conor came in, he made MMA look like it's like warriors, right? Gladiators fighting.
Yeah.
But a lot of what the MMA community wants is like, if you think about it, MMA, it's mixed martial arts. It's like karate. It's like it goes back to like
it's the Ultimate Fighter.
Yeah, well, you can see it as that, but mixed martial arts is like it's an art, man. You know, it's got to be like clean. It's not like you're not trying to kill the other person. You know, I
know that, but at the end of the day, you're trying to sell a fight.
But that's what happens now is when you bring in the entertainment business in, you have to sell a fight. So that's where Conor was really good at doing. But a lot of these MMA fighters, they just want to bring it back to the art of it and the respect of it.
There was probably the big, John Jones, Daniel Cormier had their huge freaking beef. And it sold everyone. And then, after John Jones beat him, he was like, respect to Daniel. And it's great to show respect and stuff like that. Like, I don't know. Don't show it between the fight. Show it after. Kill each other first and then hug it out, okay?
But it's not like they're not trying to beat
these guys
each other.
It's like they want. I know,
but you're telling me
they're
trying to beat up each other. It's just
anyway. Who gives a shit? It's number 6 versus 9th. Like Pedro Munoz is 9-6. How did he ever get to fight Jose Aldo?
Okay.
How did that? Did he just say, "Yeah, I'll fight him" because he's my Brazilian friend?
Because Jose Aldo, I think,
is trying to move up. Is trying to like get some.
No, but he lost a couple of fights. He lost to Petr Yan,
and he won against Marlon Vera.
Yeah,
and then decision,
which is crazy. Marlon Vera is the guy that beat Sean O'Malley with that fluke thing. Yeah.
So Marlon Vera's 14th. He's not good. So he just won Davy Grant. Don't know Davy Grant. I'm not gonna keep going down.
No, okay, yeah.
Oh, he beat Sean O'Malley though. Yeah. Anyway, Jose. Yeah, but whatever. Whatever. I want to see Jose Aldo fight some of these Americans up here. I'm seeing a lot of U.S.
A lot of American in the band.
A lot of Rob Font.
He's really good. He's really good.
Corey Sanhagen.
He's gross.
We'll see. But there's not much to say. I don't know. Pedro Munoz didn't really compete.
Yeah, we don't really have to. Yeah, we don't talk about it.
It wasn't really like Jose Aldo just pretty much dominated that whole fight. Didn't lose a round. All right. And now it's time. the UFC main event, the Black Beast, Derek Lewis versus Cyril Gane. And this is for the interim belt. Whoever won this is going to face Francis Ngannou. I had money on Derek Lewis. Quite a few money because, listen, I know if I was smart and, if I had to put my money on someone, probably Cyril Gane. But just because what odds makers had Derek Lewis at as a favorite, I just had to jump on it. And we know everyone, we had to both jump on it. Jeff made a bet. I made a bet. Because, you're getting in my ear with this right hook. You're, the Black Beast, watch out. I'm like, okay.
That's fair.
But I don't know, Eric. This is the first Derek Lewis fight I watch.
Okay.
And I've watched some of his other highlights. And oh my God, he's pounding around. It's either like he's had an off day or Cyril Gane might be the best heavyweight fighter in the division right now.
Okay. Well,
because Cyril Gane, I watched that fight. His footwork.
Yeah. Okay. That's
his footwork, his precision, his ability to avoid that right hook.
Mm-hmm.
Derek Lewis was lost. He couldn't do anything. Eric couldn't compete at
But how
all.
loose did Cyril Gane look? So loose, like arms down, like he's just
shoving, like throwing kicks at Derek Lewis into the octagon. Like, man,
like changing
the footwork, stances, and man, Derek Lewis didn't like. You saw at times you try and run at him, but then Cyril Gane either run away, run away, because that right hook is lethal if it hits the chin. But after that was it. You just was getting that jab. That jab was real effective against Derek Lewis. Got with the jabs, got with the kicks, just completely, like I said, the footwork was able to compete with Derek Lewis.
Exactly.
Fisticuffs. And not many people, one of the most dangerous knockout power in the division, Derek Lewis.
Yeah, exactly.
Cyril Gane was able to just shut that down. And the thing about that, I guess, is Derek Lewis, everyone says like, oh, he's got that right hook. He's got that right hook.
Yeah.
If it hits an opponent's chin, like that's it. And that's great and all. But at the end of the day, that also makes you predictable, right?
Oh, yeah.
And, Cyril Gane after the fight, the reporters were like, is that the way you expect it to go, that pace and stuff like that? And he's like, oh, it's exactly what I expected. I was aware of the right hook, kept his distance, and then just, that's it. Didn't get touched. By Derek Lewis. Barely got touched by him. So just a masterpiece. Art. That's UFC art, Eric.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, exactly. But let me recap. Like, this is how I saw it. Okay, so well, first of all, the betting, like you and Jeff were talking about it. Did I never backed you? I was like,
no, but listen, all I'm gonna say is I put a number down and I saw the multiplier. Okay.
Exactly.
And I saw how much I could win.
I know, but like that but there's a reason why Derek Lewis was such a big underdog. But I don't think he should have been that big of an underdog, but he should have been the underdog by a good amount.
Oh yeah.
It's because if it went to decision, Cyril Gane was gonna win. Cyril Gane is so smooth. He's 6-0 in the UFC. Well, before the fight, and Derek Lewis, all he has is that right hand, which makes him very, very predictable. And with the way, I don't know, man. It's like when I was I just didn't want to bet on this fight. It was too risky, and in my head, I knew Cyril Gane was he had a very good chance of winning. The multiplier wasn't good enough. Like,
I know
it was like you know what I mean. Like, if I see a fight like that and I don't see the multiplier as good, like I'm not gonna bet on it. So
the odds, basically,
you gotta be calculated with your bets. You can't just throw bets.
Well, I thought this would be a good bet. I thought this could be a bet that could work out and it'd be good. Like, it'd be like, wow, that was a smart bet.
But it still was a smart bet. It still was a smart. Let's be honest. I'm gonna be honest.
I saw people like, if you bet on Cyril Gane TKO win, you're an idiot. You don't know the sport. Like, come on, relax. I'm a UFC. I just eat pretty sleep UFC. Like, I know everything, every matchup. I know weakness, strength, wrestler, this, boxer, kickboxer.
MMA community, man. Yo, it's such a crazy community, because let's be honest, like if you watch UFC and like you like that, like you gotta be like some type of mentality, right? So that's why, like, in the comments, like there's ruthless people in there. So, but Derek Lewis, man, like every fight's like that. He'll get fucked up the entire fight. Almost every single fight he fights in, he'll get fucked up, and then he'll try and throw that one right hook.
Well, he had that one against was it Curtis Blades?
Curtis Blades, Volkov, he had a really good
No, but what was the one
knockout.
where he was getting fucked up, and then you said it like
Volkov. There's 15 seconds
15
left in the
seconds
fight,
and he just knocked out.
and then he knocked him out. Imagine that. This guy threw. I think Volkov threw 100 significant strikes on Derek Lewis, and then all he needed was 15 seconds in the end, and then fucked him up with a right hook. He did the Curtis Blades. Curtis Blades goes for the takedown. Boom, knocked out. And Curtis Blades was a crazy favorite in that fight too. So it's like, okay, so if you look at the betting odds, Derek Lewis could have won that fight. All he needed was one right hook, and it was over. But obviously, Cyril Gane, very composed. He knew what he had to do, and like he was just look how he was. People don't understand how smooth he looked like.
Oh my
Bro, don't
God.
forget this guy's only been fighting for 5 years. He did Muay Thai for 2-3 years, and then did MMA for 2-3 years. Bro, that's crazy. Imagine you just start fighting, and he's one of the best, cleanest heavyweights I've ever
he's
seen.
like, yeah, clearly, because he made Derek Lewis look like an amateur.
Exactly.
So-
And you
Yeah.
go on.
Well, I mean, him and Francis has got to be.
Oh yeah,
I
it's
mean,
gonna be a really
he's
good
gonna
fight.
have to be. This is what I hate, though.
What
Well,
do you
not that
hate?
I hate, but they're kind of buddies, and that's what I hate about it.
No. Well, there's a bit of a story there, right?
Not really. You were watching the post-fight interviews, like, oh, thank you, Francis. Francis compliments him on Twitter and says,
No, but-
let's get at it, boy. Whatever, friendly. There's gonna be no trash talking. If there is, it's gonna be fake because they're teammates. I know they've been teammates in France for a couple years. So I don't know. Whatever. It's fine though. It's gonna be a great fight. I think it's gonna be one of those that's just gonna be about who's the better fighter and not like I want to kill you and blah blah blah.
But how come it's only in MMA where like every time you fight, you gotta try and like you play a hockey game, people can be buddy. In
MMA, you're literally fighting. You're fighting someone.
Yeah.
And I get it. No, there's fights where there's buddies, and it makes sense. Whatever, and that's good for. And I know fans love that. There must.
Yeah, because a lot of the trash talking sometimes when it happens too often, you're like, okay, that's fake. Like you can spot it right away. Like if there's trash talking and there shouldn't be, you can be like, oh, that's fake.
Well, this is gonna if they are trash talking, it's gonna be fake. It's gonna be fake because they're friends.
But this one's not that fake because what happened was Francis left, or they split up. They used to be training partners. They split up, and like there's still a little storyline there. Obviously, they're gonna be buddy. Like the press conference, everything's not gonna be crazy, but the fight guaranteed is gonna be a really good fight. And
well, yeah, it's gonna be a great fight.
Yeah, and it's gonna be in France too, which is gonna
Hopefully.
be
I don't know if that's
gonna be
the plan,
really
though.
good for the UFC. It's gonna be really good for the UFC, which I'm very excited for.
Well, we don't know.
I saw a press conference.
That's
with
the
Dana
plan. Yeah, but Dana White doesn't know when. There's still a thing called COVID.
I know,
and that's not the U.S. of A.
You don't have to remind me about it.
That's Europe. That's France. Different rules. Dana White can't just stroll in and be like,
Exactly.
Monsieur Président, Premier Ministre, Premier Ministre, Monsieur Premier Ministre. Nope, can't just do that. So might be in Las Vegas. Who knows?
But like, if you had to bet on the Francis,
Oh my
fight
God.
now after what you
I'd have
just
to
saw
do
with
research,
Cyril
man.
Gane,
I have to do the
Exactly,
research. Because Francis, Cyril Gane looked great, but I know Francis, that second fight against Stipe Miocic,
God,
he looked
amazing.
really freaking good.
Mhm.
And Francis
But-
is huge, man.
But the only thing is, Cyril Gane's the first fight in the heavyweight I've seen move like they. Usually heavyweights, they're literally just fisticuffs, right? As you said, or like wrestling, right? It's
He's
just like
he's athletic.
he's like moving. He moves so clean, like. But friends, like even Stipe, like they're kind of stiff, like they're boxing, like they're just like kind of stiff, and they move like this. Cyril Gane's like arms down, like just like jab. Like he moves like a middleweight. So it's like Francis, like how's this gonna match up? Because Francis now he has a left hook, a right hook. He can kick. I don't expect him to go wrestle.
No.
Because what happened? Like even Cyril Gane, he didn't want to wrestle Derek Lewis because you're on the ground. Derek, you don't want to be that close to Derek Lewis all the time.
No, you don't.
Because Derek Lewis is scared. Every time Cyril Gane got close to Derek Lewis, he backed up.
Ran away, Eric. He ran away.
ran away.
Back away. He ran away.
Yeah, that's fair. But like the stand switches.
Yeah. Oh,
Yo,
southpaw.
it had-
You were freaking out. You were buzzing.
Yeah, I was freaking. I was like, yo, he's switching stands.
Switch stances. He's going southpaw. He's just freaking.
No, but in the fight, imagine you're a right-handed guy and then you switch to the other side where you're left-handed.
Get in their head.
but like it's so effective.
Get in their head.
Bro, what was Derek Lewis thinking with all these kicks, man? Like this guy, why is he kicking him, man?
Derek Lewis, man.
The
He was
first
just
kick,
eating
yeah.
those. Oh my god. The first game,
Yo,
yeah. Okay, yeah. I was thinking you're talking about French. No, Derek Lewis. Why
Oh.
the hell was he kicking so much? I have no
Yeah.
clue. First thing he does in the game in the fight is throws a high or what do we call it?
like a
Roundhouse?
head kick.
Like
yeah,
head kick.
or yeah.
Not a roundhouse, right? I wouldn't say that because it's not a round.
No.
So it was a head kick. Goes,
Mhm.
swings the right leg, absolutely falls on his ass. And so the guy's just standing there. Probably could have jumped on it. I don't know, but Derek Lewis gets back on his feet. Punch, like kick. Like, I don't know. I don't know after the first round if that was water on his chest, but Derek Lewis was sweating, man.
Oh yeah, no, he's sweating. But imagine you're doing like, what do you even what do you do at training? Like, all you have is a right hand. It doesn't matter if you train or not. You're always gonna have that right hand.
And right now, that wasn't training. That was like Derek Lewis being like, I'm gonna throw this motherfucker off and I'm gonna throw a high kick and see what happens.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. Like what is? I don't understand what he does for training. Like I don't think he doesn't.
This Derek, does he even train? Does he train at
don't
Popeyes? I don't know. Is there a gym in the back room? I don't know.
Yo, that's what I'm saying. Like I don't think he does. Like, but it's impressive. Like that he got this high. Like that's his second time that he's fought for a title, basically. So which is very impressive for someone because. Like he has a very good background story too, and like he's a big favorite. Like people love.
He has
him,
the most
like,
knockouts in the division.
and
he
tied for most
the,
UFC,
and he clearly has the knockout, the strongest knockout power in the division. So Derek Lewis, yeah, he's a great fighter. I like him. We're just gonna see what's next for him. Moving forward, I don't know who he would fight. Who he'd probably fight someone who came off either a win from a low ranked, or he fights someone that has lost already. Maybe like Stipe Miocic. I don't know.
That's what I saw. So people are saying, "Yo, let him fight Stipe."
Yeah,
which would be like it's John. So right now
it'd be a big fight too.
But the heavyweight division is good. Like you got Cyril Gane, Francis, Stipe, Derek Lewis,
John Jones yet is coming.
We haven't mentioned,
we haven't mentioned how this heavyweight division, Eric, might be, and you could tell me, you could say if I'm wrong or not because I don't know much, but it's looking like it could be the most entertaining division in sport.
It is.
Or lightweight could get good.
Yeah, lightweight can get good.
Welterweight's good.
Welterweight, yeah.
Light heavyweight sucks right now.
Yeah, light heavyweight.
Middleweight's
okay.
Okay, there's not really any competitors. Israel might hold that belt.
Yeah.
But
because heavyweight's never been a good division. Because what happens is
so many good people.
Because what happened was in heavyweight there'd be too many switches of champions. Because there's knockout power. Because heavyweights, all you had to do is throw that one punch. And then Stipe, I think he defended the belt like 4 or 5 times, and then he's the greatest heavyweight unanimously in UFC history, which is like crazy because he's a good fighter, but he's not like you wouldn't see him as an all-time great. And then you have Francis, but like how unfair is that to Stipe, where he's been one of the greatest heavyweights of all time, and he lost to Francis, and then people are already counting him out. They're seeing Cyril against Francis, but I mean,
it's going to be Cyril against Francis. Yeah, and additions of Cyril makes this division way much better. The way he's playing, if he continues like that, and then just the addition of John Jones. I mean, that's it. That's all. Like, I don't know.
But you wouldn't give Stipe that rematch right away after all he's done in the division
for Francis? Well, no. Listen. This is what I was saying about Dana White and his pen, and he's the author. Yeah. I mean, you can have run this any better for Dana White.
Exactly. Yeah.
Cyril Gane versus Derek Lewis interim.
Yeah.
Probably, I don't know what pay-per-view was, but was a huge fight, probably a huge success in the box office. Cyril wins, and now he is going to fight his former teammate in Francis Ngannou, and potentially, hopefully, they can get a fight in France, and that'd be huge. Yeah. But Stipe, like you said, don't count him out. Like, does he fight Derek Lewis? Does Stipe want that fight, or does he want someone else?
Or does he even wait to get for him?
Because who else would you like? Who else does he fight? Derek Lewis. John Jones, he might wait. Maybe he fights John Jones. Alexander Volkov, I don't know why he would. No, that's why. No. And then like
it's too low. You have that top that we just mentioned.
Rosenstruck, who's that? What country?
No, let them fight each other. Like so Rosenstruck is fighting Curtis Blades. So let them. Let Curtis Blades was in that spot, but now like he lost to Derek Lewis. So it's literally just Curtis Blades, Rosenstruck, Volkov. I'd say are around.
That's it. And you cut it. Yeah. Oh yeah. They're at
around
the same
there.
place. Yeah, those
Yeah.
three probably. Listen, they're coming off. He just lost. He lost to Cyril. So listen, Curtis Blades just came off a loss.
Yeah. So Curtis Blades just lost to
Rosen
Rosenstruck.
Struck just lost,
Yeah.
and
Volkov just got beat
Volkov
up by
just and no,
Cyril
sorry,
Gane.
he just won against Augusto Sakai. But
Okay.
who the hell?
But
That's
yeah.
he's ranked number 8th. But whatever, not a big fight.
Yeah.
But yeah, these guys are like you said, they're kind of like on this not this losing streak, but they're in the same position right now in the heavyweight division, and then the stars are that Stipe, Derek, Cyril, and then John Jones. I mean, look at that. You get Francis, Cyril, Stipe, Derek, John Jones. I mean, that's insane. That top five.
Bro, that's crazy. That's crazy. And like even if you're a non-UFC fan, like you probably know like most of the and like having a heavyweight division that's good is so good for any like combat sports. So if you look at the greatest fighters if you look at boxing, right? All the fighters other than like maybe Manny Pacquiao and Mayweather, it's all Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson, right? Evander Holyfield,
Walt Frazier, whatever.
Walt Frazier, Lennox Lewis, like things like it's just like it's if heavyweights are doing well, like that's who like those are people love watching heavyweights go at each other because it's so entertaining. So this is why this division is gonna look insane.
Insane, man.
Insane, man.
That's what I'm saying. It could be the best division in the sport.
Exactly.
Unless like the storyline of and someone other division, one storyline's better than this storyline. But I don't know. There's 5 championship. I mean, every top 5 in each division, you can make an argument that their belt, qualified or whatever. They could qualify the belt, but this is like seriously 5 guys.
Yeah.
Who either one of them can win the belt. Maybe not Derek Lewis. I don't think. I'd be surprised, Derek, if he ever won.
But
again.
he's still like a big. He's still a big.
I mean, not one again. I'd be surprised if he ever won the belt.
Yeah. But he's a big name where people want to see him fight. So it's like
for sure, yeah.
He's still like you still got to put him up there.
I mean, I can't. I just said Derek Lewis might not win the belt. Whatever, we'll see. I guess, eh?
No, yeah.
But how old? He's pretty old right now. He's
like 37, 36, 37.
So he's probably
and a lot of these have
some good fights.
But that's the thing with the UFC. It's where it's like if you see someone as a young, like 27, 28 is very young in the UFC.
Oh, yeah.
And like, if it's so like, other than maybe Max Holloway, Robert Whittaker, if you're fighting at 20 in the UFC, it's so rare because you have to know everything from boxing to wrestling. You have to know every part of mixed martial arts because like, it's not like it's, which is what I like about because you let's be honest, your UFC career doesn't last that long most of the time because you get fucked up and you like you want to be experienced before you fight the big dogs.
Well, yeah, when the guys who are on top are like in their mid-30s,
Yeah, exactly. It's always like that.
So that's basically it. So Cyril Gane will face off against Francis Ngannou for the heavyweight belt,
like unification belts.
Yeah, the main one. Yeah, and that's going to be very interesting. Because this was the fight a long time ago where you're like, who's going to face Francis? And then you said Derek Lewis or Cyril. And now we know who's won.
Yeah.
So that is going to be the next fight, whenever that is. UFC 260.
Which one?
Which one you talking about? These two when they fight. It's not confirmed yet. I don't think it's in the plans.
No, it's not confirmed yet.
Because they want to go to France, I'm pretty sure. But
exactly, so they're gonna wait. They're gonna wait.
Everything like that. And that John Jones is gonna be apparently back into the UFC in 2022.
Yeah, that's what.
And I still think he is going to eat up this division. I think John Jones.
Oh yeah,
is going to be the best fighter in that division right away.
Fair. If you look, if you see how Cyril Gane was smooth, how smooth Cyril Gane was.
John Jones is like, oh my god,
smoother. Yeah, John Jones has been in the sport.
The guy can play the ground. He could play the. Oh my god, I cannot wait till John Jones is back into the UFC. He had his, his drug problems and stuff like that, and Daniel Cormier and stuff. And now he needs a new contract, and then hopefully he can just get back to fighting because he's one of the best.
Exactly.
And I want to see that in the heavyweight. I want to see it. I want to see him win that belt.
Because, like, I think right now, because what's happening, he's just bulking up, right? Because you can't just go like from light heavyweight to heavyweight and like
Oh,
expect because you have to.
It's 205 light heavyweight, the minimum.
And
205.
then heavyweight is
265.
265.
265. There.
Yeah. But which is nice at heavyweight is you have these fighters fighting their own weight. Like they don't have to cut weight. Cyril Gane fights at 240. That's his walking weight.
Well, I mean, yeah, Derek Lewis was 264.
Derek Lewis has to cut like maybe a couple pounds. Francis Ngannou too has to cut. But like Miocic doesn't cut. Even Cormier doesn't even have to cut. John Jones might not have to cut. I heard he's going to go around 245. So he probably won't have to cut. And like even back in the day, Mike Tyson, when he fought in the heavyweight for boxing, like don't forget, Mike Tyson's like 5'9", 5'10".
Oh,
and like this guy was like he probably came in at like 2 something. Like he was probably a light.
I mean, yeah. He was a freaking husky little fucker, that guy.
If you see how short
when you see him in his prime.
If you see how short
Andy Ruiz,
I
know how short Mike Tyson is.
Bro, if
I've seen The Hangover, Eric.
Yeah. Bro, he's standing like was he shorter than Alan Mate? Yo, he's probably the same height as
Anthony Joshua was like, I'm like, oh my god. Yeah. So Andy Joshua was like a Greek god compared to Andy Ruiz.
Oh, that's
still lost, but then won again.
I know. But that first fight between them is one of the it's such a good fight. I watch it so many times. Just
like, have you seen the video on YouTube where it's like Mike Tyson and like Sylvester Stallone and they're all like talking about it? Wow, it's anyway. They're like,
why Sylvester Stallone talk, bro? This guy's
Rocky. What do you mean?
Yeah, but he doesn't.
But then the Russian guy was talking too.
Drago?
Yeah. What do you mean they know nothing about?
Bro,
I think you know something.
Okay, maybe something.
Bro, I feel like you have to know boxing when you're that boxing star growing up in the one of
Do you think Michael B. Jordan knows about boxing?
No,
like Sylvester Stallone's maybe a different. I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
Like I don't know, because he's
been
training and stuff. You know,
I know. Who Rocky Balboa in the movies? Fuck.
Yeah, but Rocky's been like there's like 7 Rockies. No, there's like 6 Rockies. So obviously this guy's been in boxing for a long time around the sport. You know.
Fair. I know what you mean, but yeah,
I don't know. But yeah, so that's gonna be a lot. I love the UFC, Eric. I know.
It's amazing.
I'm all in on the UFC,
and it's such a good like
UFC bar. 266.
Such a good bar. Like you're watching the bar. We're at Hymas but the big fights will have on. But
I'm not missing a UFC event, Eric. I don't know how old I'm gonna be. It could be UFC 855, and I'll be watching. Okay.
There you go.
So
love to see it.
I need to get going with these stuff.
Just keep watching UFC 4. Keep watching some highlights.
Keep playing
talk to
UFC
Luke Bolo
and stuff.
Talk to Luke Bolo.
Yeah. And just eat, sleep, dream UFC.
There you go.
And that concludes this episode of the Chtib Zhang show. Hopefully you liked UFC. If you didn't, you probably clicked down the first 2 minutes. But next week, hopefully, there's something going on in the other sports, hockey, basketball. The reason we talk about UFC is because there's literally nothing to talk about in the other sports. Free agency has happened. There's still trades in the NHL and NBA waiting to happen. No, I don't know about NBA, but the NHL for sure. Jack Eichel is on his way out. Who knows when that's going to happen? Definitely not next week because it's the fucking Sabres. And it's not. I've been waiting for 4 weeks now for him to be traded. I thought he was going to get traded draft day. Didn't happen. So who knows what we're gonna have next week? I don't know. It might just be.
We'll see.
Might
have to talk about soccer or something.
Yeah, literally, might fucking talk about soccer or
MLB.
I don't know. Major League Baseball. Eric doesn't know a lick of baseball, but we'll make it work. So stay tuned for that next week, which is episode 33. Thank you for listening to this week's episode of the Chtib Zhang Show, or if you watch it on YouTube with us, or listen to it on Spotify. We will see you in the next week. So stay tuned. Peace out.